Welcome, companions and brethren, to our second instalment of Ask the Grand Superintendent. Grand Superintendent, once again, thank you very much for taking part again on answering questions on behalf of the companions and brethren of the province.
Delighted to be with you.
Without further ado, I will start with the first question. How did you feel when you were first told you would be the new Grand Superintendent?
Mixture of emotions. That time we were still grieving for my predecessor, an excellent leader and a man that we all enjoyed his company with. So feeling how onerous that responsibility was mixed with elation that the most excellent first Grand Principal trusted me to look after his province down here in South Wales. And something that I then thought about, prayed about, and then looked forward to the challenge ahead of me. Then it was a sort of a waiting game until it was officially notified to the province, as at that time we had a deputy in charge, obviously following the death of my predecessor. But for never 1 minute doubting that I was going to enjoy every minute of this great privilege and to seize every minute of that 10-year patent I've been given, because it's not all of us that are given that on.
Oh, absolutely. Our second question. With the recent restrictions on meetings presently, the current acting officers may never have any duties to perform. Is there any thought about keeping them on for a further year?
Short answer is yes. Unfortunately, we find ourselves in these circumstances at the moment. They will, of course, lift and we will resume active duties. So there are several cohorts. Last year's officers, unfortunately, weren't able to finish in the way that we would have all liked. For me to thank them openly. So some of those will have a few duties once we start up again. This current cohort of provincial officers will be worked into the ground once we start back, depending on their circumstances. And also some from last year and this year will be asked to continue next year. And when those opportunities arise that we can offer some duties to any one of those companions, they will be offered.
I'm sure there'll be music to the ears of the acting officers. Our next question. What has pleased you most about Royal Arch within the province of South Wales since you were appointed the most excellent Grand Superintendent?
I've been immensely impressed with the dedication of the active officers in each year, those who stay on in office and those who progress to other offices. One of the outstanding features has been the warmth of the welcome we've all received at every chapter around the province. It's a wonderful feeling when you visit your province in a different capacity than before. They are all special. Every chapter is different, as we know. And of course, every companion within that chapter. So I always go there looking forward to renew friendships. I make a note of who's there and who's going to do what beforehand. And I thank the scribes for their work in informing me and the directed ceremonies of that. And then we write a report on the visits we've made and then compare and contrast. And I'm often very pleased with the way that some people who I thought haven't seen around for a little while because of circumstances, work, family, really turn out on the evening. And that's what's wonderful about Freemasonry. We can be any age. And I see that from people who perhaps lost their mobility, to those who are not able to visit anymore because of caring roles. But when they turn up for their own chapter, we all have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. That's all we have time for now, unfortunately, Grand Superintendent. But on behalf of myself, the companions and brethren of the province, thank you very much for taking part.